File 004, the file that doesn't exist. This file was classified for 23 years, not because it contained secrets, but because everyone involved begged for it to vanish. In 2025, someone made a mistake that appears in no official report. Not a mass leak, not a hack, not a nosy journalist. Just one person, alone with a screen, who chose to open something that should never have been there. The file had no name, only a date and timestamp etched 2 decades before that computer was even assembled. No one could explain its presence. System logs insisted it had never been created, never modified, yet it occupied space, as if the machine had cradled something unseen, waiting for eyes to find it. The technician who discovered it had been auditing servers for 6 hours in a half-dismantled government building. Night shift, routine, the kind where silence presses heavier than fatigue. No active cameras in that room, no awake supervisors, just fan hum and monitor glow. Double-clicking, he braced for an error. What loaded was a plain text document. No logo, no header, just an opening line that shouldn't have chilled him, but did. This file was classified for 23 years, not because it contained secrets, but because everyone involved begged for it to disappear. He paused. Old reports weren't new to him, but the phrasing felt off, not bureaucratic. Like someone typing fast, certain no record should survive what followed. He read on. It detailed a sleep study in a small Eastern European research center, late 90s. Healthy subjects, isolated, monitored, watched relentlessly. Early pages were standard, heart rates, sleep cycles, clipped clinical notes. Then terminology shifted. Sentences shortened. Words like intervals, presence, response without stimulus. The scroll bar seemed wrong. The file felt endless, far longer than its size suggested. Each scroll revealed fresh lines, as if drafted live from a place that no longer was. One entry broke the sleep disorder mold. A subject described closing eyes and ceasing to dream, instead displacing, not through landscapes or memories, through a space nowhere, a narrow corridor, doorless, windowless, lit by sourceless glow. Leaning closer, the technician spotted a repeated term, in caps. Corridor C, not his first brush with it. Scattered forum threads, leaked scraps, condemned hospital, cameras glitching only unwatched, a subject vanishing traceless. Always rumor, never source, until now. This non-file bridged them. No anecdotes, dates, timestamps, hand-scrawled notes, transcribed verbatim. One anonymous tech. Every time the subject closes eyes, sound pattern intensifies. Opens them. It stops. Not noise. It waits. The reader swallowed, glanced around, continued. Final pages shed clinical tone. Staff shunning solos, sourceless shadows, figures on cameras post-termination. A closing log, scanned handwriting. Not for ethics boards, but anyone unlucky enough to read. Observation requires witnesses. Never assign one. He halted scroll. Cursor blinked beneath that line. Nothing followed. Yet the bar promised more. Motionless seconds passed. Then, unprompted, a new line typed itself, letter by letter, as if from elsewhere. Now. There is a witness. He stepped back. Air thickened. Temperature plunged, unbidden. Close it. Reboot. Pretend. Hands refused. Another line. Don't close your eyes. Screen flickered. For a split second, his reflection warped. Face elongating, as if deeper glass adjusted contours to fit. Stabilizing, it was him. But eyes lagged his motion. Like something behind relearned sinking blinks. He leaned in, transfixed. Ears caught a hum, not fans, not lights. Irregular rhythm, intentional, matching his breath. The last line self-wrote. File 004, record initiation, first contact with reader. Close window, mouse dead, keyboard limp. Scroll bar slid upward alone, the file self-reviewing, reorganizing. Top gained a header, absent before. Corridor C, indirect observation program. Below, a non-90s note. Auto update. Experiment persists so long as one reader reaches this line. He grasped. Opening wasn't the error. Reading was. Somewhere beyond servers, building, borders, something observation defined added him to a list. Not researcher, not subject, witness. Last line before blackout. Never look first, never look alone, and above all, don't be the one to turn off the screen.